Okay, given the fact that because I was in UAE for so many years, 40 years, and yes, my contacts and connections are there in UAE. People send me these questions, so many times. So I just checked from the last 6 months, what are the questions people have been asking me, and these are the top 5 FAQs. So, if you have any other questions, put them down below. But these are the top 5 questions that people have been asking me. I thought I'll answer them. Timestamps I put down below so you can check which questions they are. Number 1 is UAE safe? Okay. Right now they're asking in terms of COVID, or they are... Yes. Hello. Yeah, hello. How are you? That's my baby. So, bye-bye. Say bye. That's my baby. So first is UAE safe? See, listen, every country, be it India, even India, with all these terrible things that are happening, Pakistan, USA, UK, every country wants to be safe. It's not the country that is destroying itself, it's the people. It's not even the government. Yes, the government sometimes can be lazy or take bad decisions, like in India. But in most of the cases, the governments are being very smart and strategic. So that is why for UAE, they employ the best brains in the world, or they try to, and they try to get the best advice possible. So where the COVID crisis is concerned, for them it's very critical, because the investors, the tourists, the people who make the economy run, if they are not going to come, UAE will get destroyed. Now, with the India lockdown, with the Indian variation of some mutated virus or whatever, they have shut down the travel till June 30th. You can be rest assured it is impacting UAE very badly. Very, very badly, because the majority of people who are in UAE are from India. Now, UK, no tourists, because it's in the red zone. It affects UAE. So, is UAE safe? You can be rest assured they will try to do everything in their power to keep it safe. They want to keep it safe so that people come in, people feel safe, and then they can stay there, spend money, and the economy can run. So my first answer to you is UAE safe? Yes, UAE is safe. But what is not safe is, or what I can't answer for, is your habits, your activities, your decision. If you don't take care of your health, if you surround yourself with idiots, if you stay in a building where everyone gives a fuck about compliance, or are anti-vaxxers, or you're going to nightclubs and you're going to enjoy and all that, then even the safest country in the world, you'll get sick, right? So UAE is safe. But it all depends on you, what you're doing, where you're going, who you're hanging out with, and yes, your health. If you have diabetes, blood pressure, breathing issues, heart problems, and you're old, you can be rest assured that this COVID-19 will be the final nail in your coffin. Okay, so UAE is safe. You can be assured of that much. Second one, Loy, should I go and start a business in UAE? When people ask me that question, I tell them, can I ask you a question? They say, okay, ask. What is your advice to me? Should I get married, yes or no? They say, well, aren't you married? No. If I was single and I ask you, should I get married? What is your advice? They'll be like, I don't know. If you want, you get married. If you have someone. So I told them, how do you feel? The question is vague and stupid, right? They said, yeah, exactly, same thing. See, asking me about starting a business without me knowing your personality, without me knowing what you're planning to do, without me knowing your branding, your strategy, your marketing, your sales, your product, your pricing, how can I answer? You think there's only one business on this planet? You think there's only one way of doing business? You think there's only one kind of personality? No, man, come on. How the fuck? You know, when people ask me this, I immediately tell them, if you're asking me, a stranger, should you run a business or should you start a business? Most probably the answer is no, because someone who has a business DNA in their system will never ask anyone. I never asked anyone before migrating. I never asked anyone before getting married. Yes, I took suggestions from people who were married. Yes, I did consult people who did things. But people who knew me and whom I knew personally. Not some random fucking stranger. Hey, listen, should I get married? I saw your YouTube channel. Should I get married? What? See, listen, if you really want to open a business, first go to that country and stay there. Stay there, be there, live there for a year, 2 years. Find out who are the people in your line of work. Let's say you want to open a coffee shop. Okay? What you do is, in the 2 years that you stay there, go to every coffee shop that you know. Go to every coffee shop. See, sit in every coffee shop every day. Not on a busy day, on a free day. Check how many customers are coming. Talk to the people who are serving coffee. Take down your notes. Take an Excel sheet. Find out what is the expense. What is licensing fee? What is the electricity, overheads, location price, salaries. Check all that. Revenues. Immediately you will come to know whether you should or should not start a business. Because I tell people, spending money is easy. Getting the return, near to impossible. And the chances that you will shut down your business is always 99.99%. Within 10 years, 99% of the businesses, or 90% at least, shut down within 10 years. 5 years, at least 60 to 70%. So do the math. Third question. Loy, is UAE a good place to stay? That I can tell you. See, UAE is a wonderful place to stay. Wonderful. Provided you have money. But then if you use that logic, where if you have money, you can stay anywhere in the world, right? See, what makes UAE unique is, what makes UAE worth staying is, obviously, number one, tax-free environment. Number two is they don't ask you where you get your money from. Number three is security and safety, unlike USA where they have guns everywhere, left, right and center. Number four is you can get the best luxury in the world. Best luxury. Number five is it's very clean, it's very sophisticated, it's very modern. It's a shopper's paradise, man. And last point, if I would say, is if you want a place where you get the like the melting pot of all the cultures and the weather that allows you, if you don't like cold especially, UAE is a place to be. It's beaches, it's facilities, world class, seriously. And that is something you'll only get in Dubai. But I've stated the drawbacks, but I don't want to mention it here. But if you ask me, I would say Dubai is the best if you have enough and more money. Number 4 is, Loy, should I invest? Invest in a property, invest in a business. Over here, what I tell people is, okay, first go to UAE, stay there. After you have stayed there, okay, then take a visa, and see how things are going. And never take anything that is too good to be true. If you're investing, the principle I follow, I always tell people this: if you're investing in anything, invest in something you can afford to lose, not something you cannot afford to lose. I'll give a classic example. There was this guy, I can't give you his specific details, he's my client. He invested his life savings in an apartment, life savings. Okay, that came to around 2 million plus. Now I asked him, why do you do that? He said, so I had an asset. I said, why didn't you invest in your own country? He's saying, no, this and that, some bullshit reason he gave me. Now the funny thing is, he has invested in UAE, but he doesn't stay in UAE. He doesn't have anything in UAE. I said, then what kind of stupid guy are you? On top of that, this guy ended up losing his job. And now he has to pay money to maintain that asset. And in Dubai, I've told you this, UAE, they can charge you hidden charges and maintenance charges, security charges, municipality charges, and whatever charges, gardening and whatever. You can't do anything. You can't question. It's not your country. You're not a citizen. You don't have any rights. And every landlord over there has, in the fine print, they have these rules where they state that they can add new clauses and sub-clauses. So what can you do? You're going to take a developer to court, and then they will lock you in with a court case that goes 10 years, 20 years. You don't have that kind of muscle power, man. So invest only what you can afford to lose. Otherwise, invest in your own country, you're safer. And last, if not the least, this is one final question they asked me. Loy, Expo 2020. What are your thoughts? See, I'll just tell you that Expo 2020 will happen. It will happen. It has to happen. They can't delay it any further. One thing I can 100% predict, in the news and in the media, they will say it's a 100% success. They will do their best to make it a success. They'll, from virtual events to investments to getting people. However, it's not going to be anything as pre-COVID speculation and pre-COVID, hype. Like when they got Expo 2020 5 or 6 years ago, they predicted, oh my goodness, it'll exceed China, it'll exceed USA, they will be bigger than India's GDP, this, that, so much of bullshit. They thought they're going to be billionaires and trillionaires and all that. They thought 25 million visitors and all that, and based on that, they build logistics city, Maktoum International Airport that can literally get 200 million passengers, it can handle. Now it's empty. They made the Palm Island, they made the cities, and everything is empty, everything is incomplete. It's not going to be anything like that. It's going to be the new reality, which is going to be 1/10 of what they predicted. Will people be there? Yes. Will they have investments? Yes. Will new businesses come up? Yes. New work opportunities? Yes. All that is yes. However, even though I tell you that Expo 2020 will be successfully completed, the measurement of success, whether it is depends on person to person. If success is lifting 100 kilos and that's your target, and you do 99, it's a failure. But if your goal is, okay, I'll lift anything beyond what I can do right now, I can do 50. So even if you do 50.5, it's a success, because now you have put your standards very simple, low and easy. So if Dubai has a target of 100 and it achieves 99, it will be deemed a failure. So Dubai now, in order to save face, what it will do is, it will not say our target is 100. It will say we just want it to be good. Example. And whatever they achieve, suppose they achieve 99, they'll say, wow, our target was hardly anything, but we achieved 99. So that's a level of success. That is why if you check the media now, they are saying, wow, occupancy rates have doubled, quadrupled, 10-fold increase. Yeah, from zero, when it was zero, you take zero as your base rate, and then you say it became 10, of course 10-fold. But if you compare it to pre-COVID and it was 100 and now you have achieved 10, means there's a 90% decline, right? So it all depends from which vantage point you're talking about. So anyway, these are the 5 top FAQs that people have asked. Okay, these are the 5. Let me know what you think, and if you have any questions, put them down below. Whenever I get time, I'll answer them. Having said that, if there's any information I need to know, keep me posted. This is me signing off. You guys take care.